Ladies and gentlemen, we are back once again teaching you how to make a ton of coins by investing in EAFC, because a lot of us don't want to trade because it's a lot easier to just invest and let those coins make themselves. So if you're new around here and you want a team like mine, or even better, all you got to do to say thank you is subscribe. But let's get into it. If you guys are still stuck with a team like this and everyone you play in champs has a team like this, then you need to head over to Sky Coach in the link below. Not only have they got the cheapest and most reliable service for FIFA coins, you can pick any amount of coins, select your console and put in code PRORECALL for 10% off. As many of you guys know, all investment videos start here over on Footbin. So as you can see, we've got the popular cards at the minute is all going to be, of course, the recently upgraded Foot Fantasy cards. And of course, some of those are cards we can take advantage of. You will see that a lot of these are lower in value than what they should be. So for example, you've got Les Malou was a lot cheaper at the start than an 88 or an 86, and it was very clear where his upgrade route was going to be. But if we have a look at this card now, it's probably balanced out, of course, at the price of an 88. So if we load this up, you can see he's sat there at 29,000 coins. Now, if we do have a look at the cheapest buy rating at the moment, you will see, first of all, we've got the likes of Politano, Medema, and you've also got the likes of Aspas as well. All of these Foot Fantasy promo cards are falling into their ranks kind of around this mark. Now, of course, Aspas initially might not have looked like one of the better cards available, but he does look potentially like he might get some of these upgrades and soar to a much higher card. Now, unfortunately, because the Foot Fantasies have received their upgrade, a lot of these are no longer going to be investments because they are already sitting at a value that is a little bit higher than what you would want. But looking at cards that we can invest in, just looking at, of course, the 90, 91 and 92, if we have a look over here, you can see some informs creeping into the bottom. So De Bruyne here sitting at 55 and Lewa at 72. Actually, there's not a huge difference between the base gold cards and the informs that are falling in this rank, but there is more than what we'd want to invest in. However, when you've got the likes of Kane as a 92 rated inform being 96k, I do believe that this card is actually a reasonably safe investment. Now, I say this because he's not going to go any lower, because the 92 rated cards as it stands are sat at that value. That's how much they're valued at. So he is actually the second cheapest 92 rated in the game. So it is actually potentially a good investment for those massive SBCs that we should see coming over the coming months. Of course, realistically, SBCs are only going to get more expensive. We saw that with Ginola. You're needing a 90 rated squad. Those squads are going to become 91, 92 and so on. You know, we are going to get to the point where you need a 92 rated squad, and then Mary Earps is going to become base fodder. Now, you can see as well, Harry Kane's 93 rated card is actually exactly the same price, if not slightly less than his 96, so you can see, or 92, sorry, so you can see actually that inform does have a little bit of added value already. Now, if we go down to, of course, your 88s and your 89s and your 87s, what we can see actually is the 87s have a huge potential right now. If we have a look at Ducati and Barrios, you can see this guy is actually coming in at literally 13k right now, or just under. Some of these cards you'll be able to snipe for below 13k for an 87 rated is more than a good investment. Now, realistically, the lowest we've ever seen kind of the 86s go, if we actually have a look right now on the market, 86s are sitting pretty much as low as they go, which is kind of that 8.4, 8.5 range. Now, these 87 rated cards, sorry, at around 12k should go up to 17k. So even if we get this guy at 13,250, as you can see, there's a fair few bloody cards at that price. Let me just check if that's his minimum. At the market, it's not his minimum, so Footbin says he can be listed for below that. So we've got one here, 13k. Absolutely take that, because it is a snipe technically. Obviously, we're not making direct profit. We're going to send that to the transfer list. He should definitely go up. So 87s should go a decent bit higher. 88s will hit around 25k when SBC saw those. You should see the 87ks, 87s hit around that sort of 17, 18 mark. So there should be a big rise. Now, of course, Diarte, or I can't really say his surname, you can pick him up for as low as 10k. If you manage to get a 10k one, you're absolutely laughing. If you compare price your way to one, you're absolutely laughing. It's a really easy one to go for. Then we look at Barrios as well. Similar story, very cheap. If we have a look, Barrios, my guy, 13,250. He's okay. That's not what we were looking for. Is that the wrong Barrios? It is. Now, for some reason, this guy doesn't come up if you search his name. I suppose it's just they've got one of them awkward names where EA have decided to be lazy. But you can grab him at around, I think, 13,250, 13,500. Let's just have a look. Seems like 14k is the mark on this guy. If we have a look, his minimum is 10,750, so you can definitely get a decent bit of profit right now just by doing it as a compare price for a snipe. But he's also a nice little investment to be looking at. Now, one set of cards that have dropped to an absolutely insane rate, 85s and 84s. I mean, I don't understand. 84s at 1.6, it's such a clear investment. So you want to pick up a filter where you can pop a few 84s out. Now, we usually go, easiest one is going to be your Prem, your Arsenal, and your Brazil. You want to go gold rare for this one, and you should be picking up quite a few solid players. So we've got Gabriel, Jesus, and then Gabriel Martinelli. So a really nice one to get a good triple on there, which you could definitely be happy with. Now, the other alternate to that, we've got gold rare. We can go for Playstyle Plus, Spanish, and midfielder. This one's going to give us the likes of Alberto, Thiago. You've got those guys there. Of course, if we set it to a minimum of 10,250, we can get a nice little range of course, you've got that centre mid from La Liga female, and then of course La Liga, and then we've got Parejo and Pedri. Now, realistically, we do want to get rid of Parejo and Pedri if we are doing that 89-88 filter, but 89 and 88 aren't for the investment right now. So we want to go for that 84-83 route. Now, if we actually look back at the 83 side of things, now, if we're actually to look at these players, gold rare, midfielder, Spain, Playstyles Plus, I actually didn't record the first time we checked on this. Now, if you don't set a minimum, you've got the likes of course, Alberto, you've got the likes of Thiago, so a nice little pairing of 284s. We got Parejo, and we've also got Pedri, if you pop this as a La Liga, so you can actually do some filtering on the La Liga side of things for 86s, and then we can go up to the higher ranks. If you set this to, I think, a minimum of about 18k, you've got the likes of Rodri, and then you've got another centre-back from La Liga FC female. Now, realistically, guys, you want to be investing as much as you can right now in those 80, I'd say 83s all the way up to 87s, realistically, because all of them are so low. So get your investing in, get your subscriptions to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.